It's been a month since I moved to France to live for a year. A month of staying with friends, of discovering Paris, and slowly finding my truth. Allow me to bring you in a little journey with me, one of inspiration and discovery. As I've mentioned before, this year I was desperately seeking change. I was feeling really lost, not pursuing the career I was supposed to, living with my parents, having a less than minimum wage job, and having no concrete plan was really weighing on me. I had many dreams, but seemed paralyzed and couldn't pick what to do next. I guess that's just what being in your mid-20s is all about. But one day, I said, fuck it, and applied to a working holiday in France. I had no idea if it was going to work out, and I told no one, not until I had my visa and flight ticket in my hand. And so a month later, I packed my things and took a plane to Paris, where I was welcomed by Anna and Capucine, only the most precious people in this world, and my dear friends. At first, I felt like one more tourist in the crowd. Of course, with my A2 level French and my sparkly eyes looking at everything with awe. That's what I am. But slowly, I started to feel like an observer, an explorer, avid to discover all the secrets this place has to offer and all the ways it could change me. I've always known I wanted to live abroad since I was probably 12 or so, and even though I love a lot of things about my country, I know it's not the place for me. A lot of things can explain that, but most importantly is that there is an undeniable certainty that I belong somewhere else. I am not sure where exactly yet, but the way my soul vibrates when I'm here and the fact that in my worst moments I feel more like myself than in my best moments back home is reason enough for me to come looking for my place in the world. But this month hasn't been exactly easy. One day, as I was sitting with my friend Anna in a terrace, I suddenly burst into tears. And between crying and eating chips, I told her how overwhelmed, grateful, and guilty I felt, all at the same time. Overwhelmed because I felt like all the tags and external pressures that I was supposed to leave behind on the plane so I could arrive here on a clean slate were still with me. I had a huge fear that I would fail at finding a job and making a plan to build a life here for good. No matter how good you think you are at ignoring what other people think, some things can be really attached to your being, especially if they are beliefs attached to the society you grew up in. I also felt guilty every second I was not writing my CV or looking for jobs, guilty for quote-unquote taking advantage of my friend's generosity, and stressed that I was somehow wasting my time and not doing the right thing with this precious opportunity I've been given, not without a lot of effort from my family and from myself to get me here. But spending time with my friends, going to the same spots in Montmartre that we went to 3 years ago when we met, getting inspired by every lamppost, bench, outfit, font, and window that I see, and just basking in the immense beauty Paris has to offer, how could that be a waste of time? So after a beautiful conversation with my friend, we landed into two conclusions. First, yes, money is not infinite and I do need to find a job. But no one is really rushing me because I am really so fortunate to have people that will indefinitely let me stay with them and help me beyond what I could ever expect of them. And they are happy to do so, and I would do the same for them. So why ruin this rare opportunity to simply live Paris and go to the same streets over and over again because I don't have the rush of a tourist or a working person, so I can truly notice the world around me in a different pace. Stressing over it would be the only way of wasting this gifted time. So I have to learn once again to trust life's timings, since they are way wiser and patient than I could ever be. And the second conclusion was that I am, at my very core, an artist, a poet, someone that notices and cares. And to me, that is not my career, but a way of living. It's not something consistent. It's how I experience life and emotions, and why my eyes get teary when I see a beautifully curated stationery shop or sit in a park watching people being people. That is what I want to practice consistently, seeing the beauty in things, being moved, feeling emotions deeply, and being a good friend. I'll probably say this a million times, but I am so grateful for my friends and specifically for all their help in this time while I settle in a new country. A lot of things had to happen for me to be able to move abroad for a year, a lot of support from my family and privilege that I recognize. But without my friends, I don't know what I would be doing. Nothing has helped me more or gotten me further in life than these relationships I've nurtured. So yes, connecting to people, nurturing and building strong and long-lasting friendships is the most important thing to me, and honestly, the only career I would ever wish to build. This first month has been a time of learning how to give myself grace, of adjusting to my own pace, and allowing myself to observe before I can start growing and building the life and the person I want to be. I still don't know what I'll do next, but in these moments of uncertainty, I am reminded of these wise words from Letters to a Young Poet. To be an artist means not to calculate and count, to grow and ripen like a tree which does not hurry the flow of its sap and stands at ease in the spring gales without fearing that no summer may follow. It will come, but it only comes to those who are patient, who are simply there in their vast, quiet tranquility, as if eternity lay before them. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope you will join me in the next steps of this crazy adventure as I face life holding fear in one hand and courage in the other, patiently observing as life unfolds.
Entonces, ¡feliz día del completo! ¡Feliz día del completo!